You're listening to WCJC Digital Broadcasting Company, a God corporation helping creators create what is creative. What's happening, everybody? This is the Honorable King Calvin Jones Jr., aka King Calcutta. And I want to talk about today the creation process. I want to get some things kind of squared away and kind of straight right quick. God's yoke is easy and his burden is light because God doesn't have to work a lot of time. He know how to do things in the right way. It don't stress him out. He had the vision, he spoke it into existence, and then a certain set of time, everything started coming to pass because God began to see that these would come to pass. There was certain seasons and days, like the 8th day, man was born and man could speak things into existence as a baby, was made in the image. Adam came from God. So he spoke his future into him as Adam was a baby, just like Jesus. See, Adam was a baby before he became a full man. Jesus, let me tell you something. He was the only begotten son. Jesus was a baby before he became a full man. We got to understand something here. You got to understand that he was a baby before he became a man, and God began to speak life into him. He knew him while he was yet in his mother's womb, and God knew Adam when he was yet in his mother's womb. See, what you don't understand is God had a wife. Hello, somebody. He had somebody in the beginning, that said, and when he was talking to them, he said, let us make man in our image. So there was somebody else that was there. Some people think that was Jesus Christ, and that's what causes homosexuality, because Jesus didn't come down into 33 plus generations. So he wasn't there right there in the beginning. God is not going to have sexual relations with his only begotten son. Not so at all. See, this type of teaching that people have taught that Jesus was with God in the beginning has caused people to lose their identity and self. But the truth of the fact of the matter is this, that God had a female companion, and then he said, let us make man in our image. That's why in scriptures, wisdom is referenced as her. We missed it. I say wisdom said I was with God from the beginning. That was her name. Her name was wisdom, because God got wisdom. So if a man lack wisdom, you're supposed to go to wisdom and ask her. He specifically said it was a her. And she said, I was with God way in the beginning. So the truth of the fact of the matter of it all is this, that if wisdom was with God in the beginning, now you can understand how we see male and female now. Now we can understand he created male and female. See, there was another sexual part in her that God had. That's why he said it's not good that man should be alone, because God wasn't alone. God was not alone. Wisdom said, I was with God from the beginning. You ain't hearing me. I said God had, when he said, let us make man in our image. In that case, even if it was Adam in the beginning, then that would have just been a bunch of men. And that would have been, the women would have been dykes and everything like that from the beginning. And they would have needed deliverance from the beginning. But God wasn't saying that. They wasn't a bunch of dykes in the beginning. So, God didn't say, let us make man in our image and let's do some homosexuality. God wasn't about no homosexuality. So what he did was he created male and female. You see what I'm saying? There was a difference. The fee was added on to the male. Hello, somebody. It was a fee that male would have through his obedience. He will get paid for what he was having to do. So this was his way. This was God's gift for the male, the female. The fee, she was a fee. She could have been something else, but she was the fee. She was the gift that God was giving man. Sometimes we think it's in a house. We think it's in a car. We think it's in jobs. We think our gifts and all these other things. But when God made it in the beginning, he said, let us make man in our image. So what happened? Him and wisdom got together and say, I agree. Wisdom agreed with God. She agreed with God. And what happened was they two became one. So the reason it was just God, because she became with him. She was one with him. That's why you don't see too much of her, because she was with him from the beginning. They were one. So if they were one, then you understand how Adam and her became one. Because when you become married, they say you become one, so she become you. Hello, somebody. That's what helps. It helps because she starts speaking things into existence too. Hello, somebody. She can call things forth too. She can do the same things that you can do. You ain't hearing me. She got wisdom too, because she a part of you. She already know what to do. So her works are going to be glorified. Hello, somebody. There's an equal mutual respect there. There's equality. There's an equal opportunity right there, because the fee, we're missing gifts now. We're misinterpreting gifts. See, the female was the fee for Adam's obedience and him creating. When he was creating and naming, God said you can name, and he was naming all of the beasts of the field and everything. And God said, okay, now Adam, for your work, here's your fee. Here is the fee. Here's what I'm going to give you. Then this is more. That's why they said a virtuous woman is more precious. Who can find a virtuous woman? She more precious than rubies. My God, who can find a virtuous woman? She more precious than rubies. That is deep. Who can find a virtuous woman? She more than money. I wish I could help some people. She worth more than money. That's Proverbs 31. She was the fee. She worth more than money. She's worth more than money. Hello, somebody. So she became the fee. This was God's way of paying you. Hello, somebody. It was God's way of paying you from your obedience. And he began to mess up because the fee that had Satan wanted to attack that fee and say, you really are not Adam's blessing. So Adam had to start thinking that something else was his blessing. And he took his eyes off, and God said, now, because you took your eyes off the blessing, now you got to work hard labor. And work by the sweat of your brow, because now you miss what I was giving you. See, there's always a root to everything, and you got to understand where it comes from. See, when God say, let us make man in our image, he didn't have another man there. Hello, somebody, because he didn't make Jesus right there. Jesus Christ of Nazareth wasn't created until 33 plus generations, right? Where everybody heard it in church that he was created. He came through the Virgin Mary. He didn't come through wisdom. See, there's a difference. God took a virgin who hadn't been touched. Hello, she wasn't even touched. So he had the anointing, you understand, to bring, because she was sold out to God. Hello, she was sold out to God so God could break her yoke. She was with Joseph, but she loved God. So Joseph couldn't break the yoke, but God could break the yoke. See, that's deep. Again, too deep. It's deeper than the heavens and deeper than the sea. You ever been that far down and that high up? Well, the only way you'll know these things is you got to lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily beset us. What is it that's stopping you? Something is stopping you. There's something that's stopping you from moving forward. When God called Adam into existence, he already gave him dominion over everything. All he was supposed to do was start naming things. That's all he had to do was name this. This is going to be this. This is going to be, in other words, he started naming what he wanted. Everything, the easiest thing he had to do. Watch this. All he had to do was name. That's all he had to do was name stuff. God just said, name things. That's it. All you had to do was name. Name what I'm giving you. Name it what you want to be. Name that. Name it. That's all you had to do was name it. That's all you had to do was just call it what it was. And Satan, with his slippery self,